I'm Mark Kuziak. I was born deaf. I've worked as a pharmacist for over 20 years. As I'm aware, I am the first deaf pharmacist across Canada.
My name is Anna Duplessis, and I'm deaf. Right now, I'm teaching yoga. My name is Crystal Jones. I identify as deaf. Hello, my name is Ebony.
The Accessible Canada Act is pretty good. It finally passed the federal legislation, but it only applies to the federal level, so there's a lot of unknown. It's tough to predict what this is going to look like. So the federal level is government, airport authorities, banks are under that. But I really want this to apply provincially and the focus to be on education and awareness. Provincially, the healthcare system, that would be a key priority. I mean, it's great that we have the Accessible Canada Act, but it limits us being only at the federal level. We really need this to trickle down on a provincial level and making sure that it's really going to improve the healthcare and access to communication for deaf individuals.
To be honest, the Accessible Canada Act is awesome. But for me, I don't feel like there's a lot of issues and barriers for me because I can communicate and I can speak. But one thing that I have noticed is every time I want to take up a workshop to, improve my skills or, improve my knowledge or develop my teaching skills, those workshops, I need to have an interpreter. And they're like, nope, there's no funding for that. So it really limits my access, and it's very frustrating. I feel that the Canada Accessible Act doesn't quite hold merit as the American Disability Act does. There's not the consequences that for people who sort of don't comply or follow the act. Ontario, when COVID hit, there was no interpreters for the Prime Minister's addresses when he's talking about the media and what's going on with COVID-19. They are supposed to follow this and this legislation, and it's not being followed, but there's no consequences to that. We really need people to realize that they have to follow this. They can't sort of get away with not providing access. So when I moved to Canada, one of the things that they had is I wanted to check out the rights. It was very general, very vague. And this is my personal opinion, that the Canada Accessible Act is, we see you, we know you have a disability, you have rights to accessibility, but there was no specific details as to what we need or how we advocate to have our rights So it wasn't clear. There's no clear guidelines. It's too vague, and there's so many things that are missing from it. What I want hearing people to know is that deaf people can do anything. We are equal. Without communication barriers, we can do anything.